Nicola Sturgeon appeared flustered as she struggled to respond to Andrew Marr's questions over Scotland's vaccine rollout shambles this morning. Nicola Sturgeon struggled in a car crash interview this morning with the BBC's Andrew Marr. Mr. Marr immediately put pressure on the SNP leader by pressing the Scottish First Minister on the failures of her vaccine rollout strategy. He grilled Ms. Sturgeon on why the vaccine rollout in Scotland has been so much slower when compared to England. Many people aged over 80 have yet to receive their first dose, and the SNP administration has faced criticism from opposition parties concerned that Scotland is lagging behind England. Ms. Sturgeon responded, "We took a decision, in line with JCVI advice, to vaccinate older residents in care homes so that would have the most immediate impact on the death toll." The BBC host fired back, "The supply of the vaccine so far has been patchy. There are concerns among GPs that there are too many levels of management in Scotland compared to England." Ms. Sturgeon disputed Mr. Marr's claims that the system in Scotland was more bureaucratic. The SNP leader said that the Scottish administration was on track to meet the targets set. However, only 40% of over 80s outside care homes have been vaccinated in Scotland, compared to 75% in England. Mr. Marr later interrupted Ms. Sturgeon when she repeated the rate of vaccinations in Scottish care homes, which stands at 95%. The BBC host said, "You have said that already." Ms. Sturgeon immediately and furiously hit back, "Don't cut me off." Viewers took to social media to remark on the car crash interview, with many noting that Ms. Sturgeon was evasive on vaccine delivery. Figures released earlier this week showed that the rollout of coronavirus vaccines to elderly people in Scotland has slowed down despite tens of thousands of extra doses being sent over the border. Despite assurances from Ms. Sturgeon that pace of the national vaccination program was increasing, around 1,400 fewer people were vaccinated on Thursday than on Wednesday. Donald Cameron, health spokesman for the Scottish Tories, said, "The SNP's vaccine rollout has been far too slow and key targets are in jeopardy as it stands. We are way off the pace and the latest figures are going in the wrong direction." Fewer vaccinations happened yesterday than the day before. Alex Cole-Hamilton, a Lib Dem MSP, tweeted, "Scotland's vaccine deployment isn't working. That's not the fault of our clinicians but a centralized bottleneck and red tape caused by the SNP, which does not give GPs the freedom they have in England."